You're tuned in to Steve Megatron on Altered Geek.
Hello and welcome to Altered Geek. I'm your host, Steve Megatron Phillips, and joining me in this first episode after 275...
TFG on Mike. Yay!
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 Yay! We broke the numbers. So yeah, we're back, and I've covered like crazy some of the random feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also covered some of the stupidity of the internet with IHOP. And
God,
the beautiful thing is that we live in an era where companies also get in on the fight.
oh yeah, like I shared someone made a post on Facebook that I just had to share. It was like not a million, but a bunch of screenshots of every company getting in on this whole IHOP stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, these are
Wendy's
priceless.
won it.
Yeah, kind of.
They were like, I'm not afraid of a place that decided pancakes are too hard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was like, that's spectacular.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a crazy week. We've had like E3. We've had now it's everybody attacking Aquaman.
Oh, I didn't catch that memo. Why am I being attacked?
Not you, the real Aquaman.
Hey,
The
I'm
movie.
standing up. I am the real Aquaman. Leave me alone.
No, people are going. Well, one, they're going crazy about like Black Manta, and then I guess there's people kind of losing it over some of the stuff with some of the designs or some of the something. I don't know. People are enjoying it, but then there's also the people that are kind of
Don't care.
yeah, they're like they're kind of just messing with it. I don't know. It's hard to follow a lot of times, a lot of the stupidity on fandoms in today's world. I just have such a hard time with it anymore. It's gotten a bit ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's now we've also got, companies buying companies. Who knows how that's going to affect things. Especially when it comes to DC. Somebody had a funny joke on Twitter the other day saying, just fandom in general, saying they should just reboot the DCEU. No one likes it, and it's too dark and not fun. And then they quoted Warner Brothers, and it says, "Here's a Wonder Woman sequel, an Aquaman solo movie, and a Shazam solo movie, all set in the DCEU."
Mm-hmm.
Like right after.
Yeah, like that story about Matt Reeves completely thinking about redoing the Batman reboot and not having Batfleck be Batfleck and have basically get rid of Ben Affleck and have somebody else in there. That's, yeah. My head hurts. I just can't. I only pay attention to the TV universe, and I don't know. I just can't. So the IHOP thing, you said that the Wendy's one kind of won it for you.
Yeah.
I like Netflix. BRB, changing my name to Netflib.
It was good, but I wouldn't say it was that good.
Mm-hmm. Whataburger. As much as we want to love our pancakes, we'd never change our name to What a Pancake. Like, it's...
Yeah, I don't know. It's
just stupid.
There's a lot of that going on.
Oh, I think one that I basically laughed my butt off with. Two can play this game, IHOB/IHOP. We're now Chick-fil-B, proudly serving burgers at all locations.
Wow.
And then even Elvira got in on it. IHOB. Did we learn nothing from Crystal Pepsi?
That's, I don't know. That's pretty good right there.
The best one because is it Ron White that did the Hot Pockets thing, or is it somebody else? It's somebody else. But basically, Hot Pockets chimed in. Bock it like it's hot. Hot Pockets instead of pockets. Somebody else chimed in. I don't know who this guy is. More like International House of Betrayal. Am I right? It's just too funny.
Oh man.
It's just great. Like, I get it. They want to reimagine themselves, but IHOB, that International House of Burgers, like, no. Just no.
Yeah.
I
don't have a clue, man. It's crazy.
It's so stupid. Like, you can be a breakfast place that you're known for being a breakfast place and still serve lunch stuff. Like, you don't need to change your entire marketing campaign just because you want to start serving burgers.
Yeah, so there's also this other stupid crap going on. We've got AT&T trying to purchase Time Warner Cable, which I don't know how that impacts Charter.
See, here's the thing.
Because
I thought Time Warner was gone. Like, okay, so
Charter bought Time Warner Cable like two or 4 years ago, somewhere in that realm, and so yeah, I'm kind of confused how this whole deal works out.
I'm really confused here because, okay, I moved from Louisville, Kentucky, where I lived for 25 years, to just outside Chicago, Illinois. Okay, for as long as I remember, in Louisville, Kentucky, there was Intermedia Cable. Then there was Insight Cable. Insight was bought out by Time Warner, okay? And then Charter bought Time Warner and renamed Time Warner Spectrum. So it's now Spectrum Cable. So I know a lot of legit news sources are reporting this AT&T buys Time Warner thing, but I didn't think Time Warner was a name anymore on the cable company side because Charter had owned them and they renamed the damn thing Spectrum.
You know what it was? You know what it was? That this is the reason, and I just remembered it after overlooking it. Time Warner sold their communications, their ISP, to Charter.
Right.
They kept the entertainment side.
Oh.
Like the content side. So they have Warner Brothers, HBO, Turner, DC Comics, all the Time Warner content. So like all of that media business is going to be part of AT&T, and they did rule in favor of AT&T's $85 billion acquisition of them, and it's actually complete now. To where they've said now that they're going to basically have like 4 different segments of AT&T, where parts of Time Warner will be splintered in between all of them. And they're going to create, as a part of their media business, which will consist of HBO, Turner, and Warner Brothers together. They're saying that a new name for this business will be announced later.
Lord.
And that's worth, as of the revenues in 2017, $31 billion. And then their international stuff's kind of on its own anyway, but that had like $8 billion in there. And then AT&T's got some advertising stuff and analytics and some of the things that they've acquired from the ad inventory of Turner. And so they're going to come up with another name for that company as well later on. But everything else is kind of merging with AT&T. It's going to be strange, that's for sure. So I knew Time Warner was trying to offload for a long time. And I think at one time, didn't Time Warner own Yahoo?
I think
AOL,
so.
Or somebody? I don't know. It's hard to think of it. I think AT&T owns Yahoo, and Time Warner owns AOL.
I
did.
I have no clue.
I don't know. There's so many different acquisitions going on anymore. It's difficult to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the whole thing with the Fox being stuck in this perpetual tug of war between Disney and Comcast, which Comcast is like, we'll pony up more money. Give us your content, Fox. Give us everything. Give us your Marvel characters. Give us The Simpsons. Give us, all of your television and everything that you've got under your belt, Because Comcast, they already own Universal. They already own NBC.
Yeah.
Because it's Comcast, NBC, like the Comcast logo. It has the NBC logo above it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's Comcast, NBC, Universal. Like, it's essentially. But it's funny that the ISP, the cable provider owns all of this. Which puts, Disney doesn't have an ISP.
No.
Or a cable provider. They provide channels and content, but that's essentially all they are. And so, like, this would be, like, I don't know, among everything Fox has, it would be kind of a major blow to Disney on so many levels.
Oh, yeah.
Between the content library and the fact that they would lose their Marvel characters.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can't play in that sandbox anymore if they lose it.
Nope.
Or ever.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I would be in favor of Disney getting it only for the fact that they could reunite the Marvel universe and start fresh on some of them. Rebooting them in a proper fashion to reincorporate into their new Avengers universe. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of content Fox owns that I just couldn't see Disney wanting.
Oh, yeah, no.
Married with Children, Family Guy, The Simpsons, like
all the old
all of their content that kind of plays to that other category.
Yeah. Since you're talking about Disney, I shared something from the Disney Channel about 6 hours ago as of this recording. Remember DComs, the Disney Channel original movies?
Yep.
They're doing yet another Freaky Friday.
Wasn't the last one with Lindsay Lohan?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had another one like in the 50s or 60s or something?
The original
70s.
one was way back when. And then they did the Lindsay Lohan one, and now they're doing whatever the hell this one is.
It's about on that cycle of recycling. I think I read something about that they were going to do another reboot of the universe. Or not universe, but, crap they're running with. So... So we thought that, kind of transitioning over a little bit, it would be interesting to talk about some of the things we've been geeking out to this week, among other things. Like, again, I'm not talking E3 this week only because I'm still digesting. And I want a gamer co-host on to discuss all of that, because I did not sit there and watch all of it, nor did I care to. I like the Cliff Notes edition at the end, where a website has cataloged it all, and so I'd prefer not to dive into that boat. Although, if I still had a game console, Smash Brothers would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking at Smash Brothers, and I'm like, oh, wow. As soon as the electricity happened and then Snake showed up, I'm like, if I had a Nintendo Switch, if I could actually play a Nintendo Switch, I need that game.
Well, the last system he was on was the GameCube, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was in Super Smash Brothers. No, he was in... it was for the Wii. He was in Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Yep.
Because I had Melee and I had Brawl. Melee was the GameCube version. And then, then they had... I don't remember what it was called for the Wii U, but I think it was just Super Smash Brothers Wii U or something like that. But they're bringing every character that's ever been in a Smash Brothers game into it, and rebuilding it from the ground up. And I was like, I didn't play the last one too much, other than when I went to a convention, and I was a little sad that I didn't own it. And then I'm even more sad that I don't have a Switch to play it.
Yeah.
Because I love Smash Brothers.
Me too.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
And an awesome button masher.
Oh, yeah.
But I was insanely good at Brawl, so it was... And I was really good when I played the one on the Wii U because when we were doing that whole tournament and the thing in the video game hall that they had at this convention, I was literally destroying people.
Very cool.
I had to actually leave because I was getting bored. So
wow. Oh boy, that's funny. Yeah, no, but Smash Brothers Ultimate looks like it's gonna be awesome. Like having every character ever that's ever been in Smash. Oh man, that's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. I used to play as Samus.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play as Sonic.
Yep.
Never really got the chance to play with Mega Man.
Mm-hmm.
In the original Smash Brothers, I used to use Samus a lot, but I also there were a lot of characters I used to kind of try out.
Right.
Not necessarily good at all of them, but I tried them all anyway. So.
Hmm. How about some Batman comic news? I have not shared this with you, so I'm pulling this.
Is this about the wedding part, or is this about the fact that they're trying to ground all the characters?
No, this is nothing about the wedding. This is nothing about the characters. This has nothing to do with what's going on with the wedding.
They're bringing back the animated series.
I wish, but no. Batman White Knight's Black Label includes uncensored Joker Harley sex scene.
Why?
I don't know. But I saw this as news because we will be covering this on the Pull Bag this October when the trade does release. Despite reports to the contrary, Batman White Knight's trade release will include an unedited sex scene between the Joker and Harley Quinn. The news comes straight from series writer and artist Sean Murphy, who previously confirmed that the book would be censored to fit with DC Comics' teen rating designation. It sounds like that's no longer a problem now that the series has been absorbed into DC's Black Label imprint. When the panel was originally released in print and digital formats, word balloons covered the post-coital nudity. The upcoming Black Label release isn't the first time the unedited art has been glimpsed. Murphy originally posted the unedited page to Instagram prior to the issue's release. I have not read White Knight yet. I have the first issue of it. I'm not going to be reading it until I'm ready to cover it in the Pull Bag with you and the Comic Concierge Movie Dan later this year. Mm-hmm. But just the fact that news is popping up now is just like, really? Seriously? Wow, that's... Hey, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, like, the fact that DC has a Black Label imprint, I haven't been paying attention to DC stuff for the longest time. And the fact that I nearly forgot... If I hadn't seen, like, a convention appearance with Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, I would have nearly forgot that this year is 80 years of Superman and next year is 80 years of Batman.
Yeah, that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else you got going on?
Well, aside from the fact that Beast Wars Megatron has me wanting
drooling
something terrible.
Yes.
And I do mean something terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so freaking good.
Yeah, it does.
Compared to the one I used to own, which didn't... I mean, it looked like Megatron, but it didn't look like Megatron.
All he's missing is his rubber ducky.
No, that's the second version. That's the Transmetal that he really used that. Which, don't get me wrong, I would love the Transmetal as well. I would actually prefer that one over this one. However, I'm really down with this, except for the fact that I know that I'm never going to be able to get it due to cost.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they haven't released the pricing, but Dinobot is $250.
Yeah,
and he's about a head and a half shorter than Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
He's
You're
about
talking
a
about
head
the
shorter.
Masterpiece one, right?
Oh yeah. One other one would I be talking about? Primal's 130, and he goes up to Megatron's crotch, standing up, and Dinobot is kind of like almost Megatron size.
I would bet that Megatron's going to be anywhere from 350 to 500.
See, as much as I want it, like that's just insane for a toy.
Yeah.
That's going to sit on a shelf.
That's okay. So when it's been 10, 12 years now at this point, something like that. When I started getting back into, I want the toys from my childhood again, and I started spending, and at the time I could because I had a really, really good job and everything else. I spent like exuberant amounts of money on eBay back in 2006, 2007, 2008 to get like Blaster, like G1 Blaster, G1 Optimus, G1 this, G1, all that stuff. After a while, it did, like, they're sitting on the shelf. I love having them. They remind me of my childhood, but after a while, it didn't matter anymore, and I would just end up needing the money back more than anything else. So, in total on eBay, in the first 2 years that I was on eBay, I think I spent over $1,500 on G1 toys, on the old G1 toys, the original G1 toys. And now then I get into my Mighty Mugs phase and all that, and Mighty Mugs were fairly inexpensive. At this point, Funko Pops are the thing at this point for me. And unless they're really, really, really popular, like Hulk busting Hulk, like Hulk busting out of the Hulk Buster armor, which is like impossible to find now. It's actually been delisted by GameStop because it's a GameStop exclusive. Unless it's something like that, like Funko Pops are like anywhere between 10 to 20 bucks. Maybe a little bit more than 20, but most of they're just the regular single figures. Like I'm looking right now at Scrooge McDuck, Magic of Dispel, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie, DuckTales Pops, Disney Pops for DuckTales. Scrooge, I think I got on sale. Magica and the Three Nephews were like $12 each, and I would rather have those kind of like vinyl figure that embodies what I remember from a character than an actual transformable toy or an actual action figure type thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I'm very much of the opinion if they're not screen accurate.
See, that's the good thing about Funko. They have all the cool licenses. They have all the great licenses that they are screen accurate. So,
what I mean screen accurate is they look just like the animated character.
Mm-hmm. Right. I know what you're talking about. And every single pop that I have looks just like what I have. You'll appreciate this. I have Harry, Marv, and Kevin from Home Alone. Okay, Kevin's not exactly, Macaulay Culkin because it's the Funko Pop face, but I mean, it's his style, it's his thing. Harry and Marv, they don't exactly look like Joe Pesci, but they look like the characters of Harry and Marv. Like I said, with the DuckTales stuff, like I've got Magica right here. She looks just like she did in the cartoon series, and she even has the little crow or the little raven or whatever the little bird she used to have with her all the time. So very screen accurate to what it was in the cartoon. In the original cartoon, none of this 2017 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm like this huge stickler for everything like matching like exactly the design. Like it's what I mean by that is like the actual shape of.
Oh, well, yeah, but they're okay with these specifically. They're miniature. They're essentially minifigures, but they're I don't know. I'd have to get out my ruler and actually look. I would say they're like between 3 and 7 inch figures or something like that. I'm probably wrong on that. People can correct me on this, but the Funko Pops are fairly short, but they still represent. They're not going to represent the full size animated things, but what they do represent is miniature versions of those characters, and there's nothing wrong. Like, there's no changes, there's no artistry, influence of, hey, I want to change this, or I want to. It looks just like it was on DuckTales, except it's in a itty bitty package.
Yeah, like I've seen, like Dragon Ball Z, they have the hair thing, or they have the, whatever it is on said character, which is cool. They have, like Mega Man, they have, like Dr. Wily, they have,
I have Dr. Wily. He's over there.
DuckTales. So, I mean, they do look like them. And then you've got the movie verse Transformers.
There's one.
There's actually two.
For Funko Pop? Really?
Yep.
Bumblebee and who? Prime? See, I didn't even see,
they're vaulted. No. They don't even sell them anymore.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, certain ones go vaulted fairly quickly and things like that. And, like, the fact that they haven't done actual G1 or Beast Wars pops, like, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting to get the license for it or something, obviously. But,
I think it's funny that, speaking of, like, Beast Wars related stuff, that Black Arachnia is up for running for the Hall of Fame. And she's the only Beast Wars character that's on the list, and she's like blowing away like everybody else.
Jeez.
I'm like, haha. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily have a problem with them because they do seem like they're more in tune than the Mighty Mugs.
Mighty Mugs were in tune, and they could actually move their arms. These are just basically standard figures that can stand up.
They have gargoyles.
Yeah, they have gargoyles. They have everything, dude. Like, I went to my local comic shop, Jace Comics, the ones I did for the first live pullback recording. I went there and they had Aladdin's Wish, basically recreating the first genie scene in Aladdin. I had not seen a genie. I've seen Aladdin pops. I've seen Jasmine pops. I've seen Raja the tiger. I've seen Abu. But I have never seen a genie pop until I saw the special 2-pack of Aladdin's First Wish. So I can now say I have Robin Williams as a pop, even though it's genie. The Sandlot pops just came out. Hell, they have Super Trooper pops.
That's funny.
I
have yet to see that second movie.
I have not seen it. I don't even know if I want to.
I heard it's not as good as the original, but it's also good at the same time. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah. This should interest you. I actually want to get at least one more. I have 2 Star Trek: The Next Generation pops. Can you guess which ones I have? And it is not Picard.
Data.
Nope.
Worf.
I wish.
Really?
I wish I had Worf. The next 2 I want is Worf and Geordi, but the 2 I have, Riker and Troy, so I can recreate the wedding.
The Imzadi. They have a Klingon that's just generic.
Yeah, I know.
From the Next Generation. I mean,
I keep seeing that.
It's got Worf's head design.
But it's just a Klingon. It's not actually Worf.
It's not actually Worf. But they do have a Worf.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, Worf would be interesting. And then Picard's just pretty plain. Geordi and Data are cool. They have a Borg.
Yep.
Looks like they produced. I didn't know that they produced these, but like the Reaction.
Yeah.
Brand. Because I've seen those, but I didn't know
it was Funko.
Yeah. I didn't know it was them. Because, like, it's kind of an interesting way of it's like a throwback figure to something from, like, the 70s.
So I'm not sure when you're releasing this, but I'll say this now, folks. I had two Funko Pops I was going to get Steve for his birthday this year. One was one I know he would absolutely want. He'd probably want both of them, but the other one he would just look at me and just probably shake his fist, but I bought it for myself. I have Golem. It's the only Lord of the Rings thing I've ever bought. But I have the Funko Pop of Golem.
Now, if he had it so you could record a voice.
I mean, you could record the voice,
I
but that's
record
beside.
it, but yeah.
Yes, exactly. But I've got that. You're getting Weird Al with an accordion in his hands because we all know how much you love Weird Al.
Weird Al. He's like my favorite musician. It's why I have this love of parody music now. Like I purposely will seek it out on YouTube.
Yep.
You know, like the Warp Zone or like some other people like that do stuff.
I have. It's the only way I could do a. Well, they may or may not have a Commissioner Gordon. I don't know. I don't think they do for Batman the Animated Series or anything like that or any other Batman incarnation. The only way I could get Batman and a GCPD officer together is I got the Batman Beyond Pop and I got Harvey Bullock from Gotham. It's what's so fun about the Funko Pop things is that they have almost anything and everything that you could imagine. Anything you're a fan of, they most likely have a license to do. Like, I have James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich from Metallica. Like, there's an Axl Rose pop. There's multiple versions of Elton John as a Funko Pop. Like different suits. Like, there's one of him in his white suit. There's one of him in whatever other suit. Like, these things are just so friggin' cool. And I just found out, because I just looked at their Facebook page recently, that there's a documentary on Netflix called Making Fun of Funko or Making Fun with Funko about how the whole company got started and where they're going and all of that and everything. It's so cool. Yeah, absolutely love these things. Very, very cool. I have Darkwing Launchpad and Goslin from Darkwing Duck. Which,
Nice.
I mean, Launchpad can cross over with DuckTales because he came with that. You know, obviously that's where he started. So that's one of the reasons why when my wife and I were in Misery, aka Missouri, or whatever you want to call that.
I was in misery.
100 degrees. It's 100 degrees in the shade in that state. That's ridiculous. We were
That's
there.
like Texas.
Yeah. Well, Texas I expected because, hello, it's really south. It's really southern, but it's one of those things where we were there, and every store I had never seen the Three Nephews or Magica, and I'm like, ooh, and GameStop is still running their buy 3 get 1 free sale, so I'm like, I can round out my DuckTales pops right now. So I grabbed Magica, I grabbed Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and I bolted.
That's funny right there.
Yep. So, what else is going on? Because I don't want people to think, oh, is this just the Funko Pop show now?
The Funko Pop show. As fun as that is to ramble off. Apparently, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, but apparently somebody wants to make a Gargoyles film, and I'm not sure if it's animated or if it's live action.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
But I guess that Jordan Peele wants to has actually pitched a new movie take on the animated series to Disney. Basically, he just wants to do a new one, and it's his, instead of greenlighting or turning it down outright, Disney is apparently just kind of sitting on it, kind of waiting.
Right.
They're kind of just taking their time, kind of just seeing what it where it goes, or hoping that he just leaves it. I don't know why Disney is so afraid of the Gargoyles property.
I don't know.
Because it sounds like that they're kind of playing this waiting game with him like patiently waiting until he moves on to something else, like in hopes that he doesn't pick it up, or try to press it. I don't understand why Disney never moves forward with a Gargoyles film or a revisiting to the animated series or something, like, because it wasn't a terrible series. It was actually really good.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Of all the series that Disney picks to reboot or to mess with, I would think that this one would be spectacular. And I could see their apprehension if they don't want to do a live action.
Right.
But going to an animated version that's, more up to date or using like Pixar technology type stuff or Wreck-It Ralph technology and kind of going at it, they could reinvent it without having to really. I don't know. I think that there's something that they could do and still revitalize it. So
Absolutely.
It was such a strong property, and I remember, like, I know it didn't last long, but it still had the potential to go longer. I think it was just because Disney was like, scary, we don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things I kind of eventually hope takes hold and does happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just so crazy that they want to basically do all this stuff, but
yeah, let's make the Jungle Book again. Let's make a live action of everything we have that's animated that we made years ago, because why not?
Or hey, let's make Jumanji and throw in The Rock.
That was
like, don't get me wrong. I know, but don't get me wrong. I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and that's all well, good, and whatever. But we did not need a Jumanji remake.
Honestly, it was really good.
I'm sure it is. I have not seen it, so I'm not going to say anything either way because like I said, I haven't seen it. But from what I have seen, okay, sure, fine. Thank God they didn't try to rip off the book itself or the classic '95 film.
It was a really nice tribute to the original,
right?
And they even had Alan was here on a tree in the thing.
Oh, that's nice then.
And had the tree house that he built while he was in Jumanji Land.
Right.
But they had like the Jonas brother that was in the movie, kind of alluding to the fact that he's been there a while. As opposed to, like, he was there like probably 20 years after the Robin Williams character, and then the others came in like months after or something like that, and so it was kind of a nice touch,
right,
to see it. And they stayed there for a quick minute, but it was a very tastefully done sequel reboot.
That's cool.
Whereas most, I feel like they're just kind of either
cash cows
or cash cows. Yeah, it was. Yeah. There was a definite difference in the feel of both of them, which was nice to see.
Well, that's good to hear.
But
very good to hear.
I definitely know the next Avengers movie is going to be a cash grab now. Because if it's not a Marvel film, it's.
I just can't believe, like, this year alone how many superhero films are going to be out between the end of last year and all of this year. Like, we just had Avengers recently. We've got Ant-Man and the Wasp coming, I think. What is it, in July?
Something like that. We got Deadpool. We got
Deadpool.
Incredibles.
Yeah.
We got.
Yeah, I see. Like, when I say superhero movie, I mean the live action stuff. I mean, yeah, The Incredibles is out now or coming out or whatever, but that's a superhero animated movie. But just the Marvel universe, or even like you said, the Fox Sony stuff, like I don't feel like I'm superhero fatigued because I don't go to the movies enough. I don't like. Last time I went to the movies at this point was when Karen and I went to the Music Box Theater to see the documentary all about Larry Cohen. Like, I just don't go to the movies anymore.
I've seen quite a few movies recently. Among them being, I saw, Avengers. I saw I Can Only Imagine. I saw the rebooted Overboard, which pretty much goes just like Overboard, just a modern version, and they flip the roles. Seen Deadpool 2, Solo, which was good. I don't think it deserved the hate it got, or the lack of attention on Lucasfilm's part for the marketing.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a better film than Rogue One, and actually set some other things up. Yes, there was a MacGuffin in the film in the sense that they had Darth Maul running the machinations behind the scenes, and they used they had Ray Park, the actual actor that played Darth Maul, in the Phantom Menace, reprising the physical performance, and they had Sam Witwer, the voice in Star Wars Rebels, reprising the role. So it was really nice to see, and he lit his he lit his lightsaber in the hologram and whatnot. But we ultimately know his fate as well.
Yeah.
Due to Rebels.
Yeah. Like Rogue One, I feel the only part I enjoyed was
the end.
But at first I thought I was going to enjoy the beginning to figure out, how they lead up to that. And halfway through, I'm just like, why am I watching this? Oh, right. When the red lightsaber appears, right. I get it now. That's why I'm watching. Because, yeah.
To me, the last 5 minutes was like the best part of the movie. And
oh yeah,
that was
absolutely.
the sad thing about that. Whereas Solo, you get to see the Kessel Run.
Okay, see, I haven't seen
it. Was magnificent. You get to see how Solo got his name. You got to see how he kind of grew up and what he was known for, and you get to see Lando and how he was just this cocky punk that had the Falcon, and how Han got it from him.
Mm-hmm.
Or
very cool.
Yeah, and then I've seen Ocean's 8. Kind of meh. I mean, it's like the Ocean's movies. Like they flipped it and it's all female cast, but it's not. They're not trying to pander to it.
Yeah, they're trying to set up something new without having to.
Well, they had Sandra Bullock playing this new character, Debbie Ocean, who's actually the sister to Danny Ocean.
Right.
So, but Danny Ocean is dead. Like, he's died. So he's like in the grave, and she's getting out of jail. Basically, same thing as like. So she's putting together a team, and then you actually get to see the Chinese contortionist guy that was famous for kind of going around in the Ocean's movies, the other three, 11, 12, and 13, the short Chinese man that was able to, I can't remember his name, but he was able to get into rooms and do these weird acrobatic things that they needed him to do.
Right.
So I saw that, and then Jurassic World.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Jurassic World is pretty much what you expect it to be. It's a dinosaur movie where,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have to save the dinosaurs. Oh, a stupid person makes dumb decision. Oh, that's, and then dinosaurs are free. Like, it's
crazy.
Yeah. But, I think that wraps everything up. So, anything you want to promote?
Just the pull bag. We've got MWire 200 coming up in July. Yay. That kind of stuff. The pull bag is going strong. We've got He-Man Thundercats. We've got Funko Universe. We've got Xenoscope 10th Anniversary one-shots. The Flash Season 0 is going to be covered. Cowl Volume 2, and all that other stuff. So, yep, the pull bag and all that other, whatever other things I'm doing. Probably more Mayhem Mics now that I'm back from vacation. So, yep.
Sounds good. So, yeah, that about wraps it up. So until next time, get altered, get geeky with the Altered Geeks.